Taking care of your taxes properly is something that you want to make sure that you are always doing. It's something you just don't want to risk. So in today's video, I'm going to discuss how I take care of my taxes for print on demand and what I recommend for you guys. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Greg and I like to talk about online entrepreneurship and sharing the resources and tips and tricks that I wish I had along my journey. So if you're interested in making money online, feel free to look around the channel and consider subscribing. So you guys have been asking me in the comments, what do you do for taxes for print on demand? How do you properly handle it? Questions like, do you need to have a business entity? Do you need a business bank account? What kind of selling permits do you need? All of that is going to be taken care of in today's video. So before we get into this video, if you guys do enjoy this video and the other ones on the channel, all I ask is for a thumbs up on the video. It tells the YouTube algorithm that these videos are good and it shares it with other people and a broader audience. So that's all I ask. If you can do that, thank you so much in advance. So the second thing before we get into this video is that I am not an attorney, I am not a lawyer, I am not a tax prep person. I am just someone sharing my advice here on YouTube. These are just my opinions and how I personally take care of my taxes for print on demand. So I think that should get me off the hook with all of these disclaimers for legal advice. With that said, let's get right into this. The very first thing, if you are in a hurry, the quick answer is no, you do not need to set up a business entity. No, you do not need a business bank account. And no, you do not need any seller permits to sell print on demand online. Essentially, all you have to do is all the profits that you make, you just report on your personal income tax under the category of other income. So there are so many different ways to file your taxes, whether you're using TurboTax or using an automated system, or you have a tax person, or if you fill out the forms yourself. But the general idea of how you want to be reporting your taxes for print on demand is to put it in other income and then note it as what the website was. So for example, teespring.com, the description is selling t-shirts and then how much money you profited that year. Now the interesting thing with Teespring specifically is all of your profits build up in your Teespring account. You get to choose when you cash out and receive those funds. So specifically for teespring.com, you only pay taxes on the profits that you actually paid out from your Teespring account in that year. So hopefully that makes sense for Teespring. If you have any questions about that, let me know in the comments and I can try to clarify that further. Now for the other two big players in print on demand, you've got Merch by Amazon and Redbubble. They pay out automatically. So whatever you receive in that year that you're paying taxes on, that's what you will put in the other income. So hypothetically, if you sell on Teespring, Merch by Amazon, and Redbubble, in your other income that you're putting on your taxes, you will have three different income sources. Redbubble, selling t-shirts, how much you profited, and then Teespring, selling t-shirts and how much you paid out in that year. Now, as far as a business entity to set up, you definitely do not need a business entity. All of this goes through your personal income like I was just saying. Now, a stipulation to that is once you start making $10,000 to $50,000 or more per year from print on demand, I do recommend looking into or at least talking to someone about considering setting up a business entity. This will just take all of that income and separate it from you personally. Now you really don't need to do this, but it is something to consider at that point because it is substantial income and you want to make sure that the IRS is happy and you're doing everything by the books. This just makes a divide between the business and you. Now the business type that I personally recommend for this, and again, this is just my personal opinion, is a single member LLC, and you can do any type of business that you like. The single member LLC is just very simple to set up. It's about $130 per year to maintain that, and it puts the business separate from you. Now, if you do get to this point and you decide that you want a separate business from you personally for all of the income for print on demand, then you will have to make a business bank account as well. The business bank account, although it may sound a little bit complicated, is very simple. You just go into a local bank, you can really choose anyone you want, and just open up a checking account for a business. This is different than a personal checking account. It's considered a business checking account, but it should be completely free. The two main things that you want to look for in the business account, if you do get to this point and go this route of opening a business bank account, are that one, it doesn't have any fees. You don't want it to have any monthly fees or any annual fees to keep it open. And two, that it has reasonable minimums. A lot of the times they will have a minimum of $2,000 that you have to keep in the account, or you get charged a penalty fee. However, there are banks out there that have minimums of something like $5. So you want to make sure that you're looking for one that has a reasonable minimum. I think $2,000 is too high, so you don't want to go with that. Try to find a bank that has a minimum of something like $5. That is much more reasonable in my opinion. Now, the last thing to know about a business bank account is that in order to set it up, you need to have the business filed so you can bring in the business's information to open the account with. So just make sure that you're doing that in order. You have to make sure that you set up your business entity first, and then you go open your business account. Now, again, I just want to say one more time that these are very optional things. You do not need them, but it's something to consider once you start making substantial income. Now, to move on to the next big question in this video is, do you need any selling permits for this? And I can answer, at least in my opinion, for the United States, you do not need any special selling permits or anything. You can literally just sign up for the accounts, upload designs, and collect your profit. Easy as that. You don't need anything special. Now, another common question that you may be having, and I definitely want to answer, is in regards to PayPal, if you need a PayPal business account or a free personal PayPal account. And the short answer here is you can use a free personal PayPal account. It should be extremely easy to set up, maybe 5 minutes for you to set up a PayPal account. You will get the email address associated with that PayPal account, and you can enter it on the different print-on-demand websites. You do not need to set up a business PayPal account. The only time you will need to do that is, again, if you're moving into a business entity with a business bank account, you may consider also setting up a business PayPal. Now, believe it or not, the personal PayPal and the business PayPal are completely free to set up. Either one you go with, but you don't need to open a business PayPal account if you don't have a business associated with it. So just know that for most of you guys with print on demand, if you're having everything flow through to your personal income and paying it on your personal taxes, you do not need to have anything business related. Now, as far as getting paid out on the top 3 big players that I'm always talking about, which are Teespring, Merch by Amazon, and Redbubble, it goes like this. On Teespring, you can connect a PayPal or a Payoneer account. The only difference between the two is PayPal is more United States based and Payoneer is geared towards international payments. Now, both of those are completely free to use, but that is how you will get paid out on Teespring. And remember, you're only paying taxes on what you paid out in that year. Now, moving on to Merch by Amazon, there are a couple payout options. You're going to either be able to do a direct deposit to your bank account. And remember, this can be your personal bank account or a business bank account. You can get Amazon gift cards as payment, or you can get a check physically mailed to your house. I just recommend going with the direct deposit. That is going to be the easiest route here. Amazon pays out automatically, so you don't have to request any payments. And then moving into the third one here, Redbubble, this is going to be a PayPal payment, and that is going to be automatic as well. So in order to make this easy on yourself, the way that you find the totals for the previous year's tax is you go over to PayPal. This will allow you to do Teespring and Redbubble. And what you can do there is just sort PayPal by the previous year that you're paying taxes for, and then type in the name of the person paying. So we'll just say it's Teespring, for example. This will show you on PayPal how much money you received, all the different transactions that you paid out from Teespring in that previous year. Add up that whole number, and that is the number that goes on your other income on your personal taxes. You do the same thing for Redbubble. You type in Redbubble, and it'll show you all the payments you received in that year. Add them up and put that for Redbubble. Now, for Merch by Amazon, it's the same concept. You just go over to your personal bank or wherever they were paying to direct deposit, and you sort it by Amazon, and you'll be able to add up all of the payments you received from them in that year. Very simple to do, and it's really not complicated. I really hope this video has helped you guys. If you have any questions about it, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Remember, I am not giving you legal advice. This is just my personal opinion. If you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate the thumbs up. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Remember, if you do have questions, let me know down in the comments, and I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video.